Hello everyone. In this video I'm going to show you how to make your connections to create a series circuit, sorry. So as you can see on my drawing over here, I have a series circuit which includes 3 resistors, one ammeter and one voltmeter. So what we always do is start with the power source. So we know that our power source is over here. My wires are connected already to the power source. So I will be following the diagram as is. So my wire comes from the power source, goes to the ammeter. So we're talking about this wire over here. So this wire should be connected to my ammeter. So let me get my ammeter. So you see we have 3 resistors, bunch of wires, voltmeter, ammeter. So my ammeter is this one. So I will take my ammeter and I will connect it to the positive. So current always goes into the positive end, leaves by the negative end, which is either one of the black ones. So as I explained to you in the previous video, what we're going to do is lift this to create a gap, and so we can connect this like that. On my diagram, my ammeter goes to my resistor. So I'm going to take any resistor, it doesn't matter because they're not identified on my graph, on my diagram. So this resistor, and I'm going to take a wire. It doesn't matter again which color you take, because as I told you, wires are wires. The color coding is really just to help you. Let's see if I can do it from the top. Yep, it's going to hold. Okay, so wire to resistor. This. Then my resistor goes to another resistor. So wire to another resistor. Let's pick this one. Okay. I'll show you the final product after. So let's remove this. So if I just put this aside. Okay, so resistor to my next resistor, which is this one. Resistor to resistor again. So this resistor now needs to be connected. Let's take another wire. And I just dropped a wire on the floor. So one resistor, let me move this to my third resistor. Like this. And then that resistor goes back to the power source. I know that I already have a wire coming out of the power source, so I'm going to use that one to close my loop. Oops, like this. Okay? So let me verify. I have power source to ammeter. Power source to ammeter. Ammeter to resistor 1, resistor 2, resistor 3. So ammeter to resistor 1. Just move this to resistor 2, to resistor 3, and back to my power source, Okay, so the only thing I'm missing is the voltmeter. So I need 2 wires, one on either side of my resistor. So what I'll do, I'll take my 2 last wires. This is my third resistor. So I need to put this on either side. So I can put more than one clip on either side. So on each side, I'm going to put an alligator clip, and this is going to fall. So these 2 wires are going to get connected to my voltmeter, which I'm going to put here. So again, positive and negative. Now you're going to say, but miss, which one am I supposed to connect it to? Well, you know, if you expect your voltage to be, let's say, below 1, you would use this one. If you expect your voltage to be above 1 but below 150, you're going to use this one. If you put it on this one, what's going to happen is that your measurement is going to be very tiny. It's going to be hard to read off the scale. Plug it on whatever you want if you're not sure. And then worst case scenario, as you turn it on, you're gonna see that this doesn't make sense, and so you power off and then you change your connections. So if I power it on, what's gonna happen? So I have no reading. Why do I have no reading? That's interesting. That's why. My connection was not done properly. Okay, so if this happens, I had no reading, everything was at 0, verify your wires. So this was touching the plastic over here, so I had to put it underneath. So now I have a current and I have a voltage. Let me show you 2 problems that you might encounter. Well, before I do so, I'm connected to the 15, so I'd be reading off the middle scale, right? So this would be 1.8, let's say, or something like that. And this one is connected to the 1, so the top scale. So it would be 0.07, right? Because it's 0.2, 0.1, that little line, I don't know if you can see, it's not focusing because of my finger, like this. So the darker line is 0.1, the line right next to it is 0.08, so it's like between 0.06 and 0.08, so it's about 0.07. Okay, so let's say, I'm just going to show you a mistake that one might make. If you make a change in your connections, turn off your power source, please. So let's say, for example, my wires here were backwards. What would happen? My dial over here is going backwards. It's going below 0. So right away you know that your wires are inverted. So turn off the power source and switch your wires. Okay. The other mistake that you might make is actually connecting to the wrong outlet. So you're not going to get a good reading. So I'm going to power this on. So here, I'm getting a reading, but look how tiny it is. I can't estimate this. This is too small. So if your reading is too small, that means you need to change your connection over here. I'm on the 150 right now. So that means my reading is so small relative to the maximum reading that it just doesn't make sense as a scale. So I would turn off my whole setup, move this to a lower setup, turn it on again, and see what I get as a reading. Okay, so that's the whole setup and how to read your ammeter voltmeter for a series circuit. So again, if you have questions, you know where to find me. Don't hesitate, don't be shy. Bye.